So, welcome everybody. This is just the first segment of a little series that I like to start up. Uh, Pretty much, we're just going to be talking here, kind of like in a type of podcast fashion. You pretty much can call it a podcast, but this is an episode of Slick Talk where we're just pretty much talking about a little bit about ourselves, pretty much our dynamics of the world, gaming, etc., anime. It could be really, you never know what to expect up in here. So yeah, just try to think of it like more like a podcast. I got a very close friend of mine, one of my best friends, to be honest. Brother, someone I really consider as a brother. His name, Eliology, as you know him by name, man.
Yo.
He also goes by other names, but we might not speak of it right now in here if he don't want to.
I'm known as many names, you know what I'm saying? But today y'all can just call me Mr. Ellie. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Ellie, how you doing today? How you doing today, buddy?
Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Just woke up, you know what I'm saying? Another day, you know. I really didn't have much stuff planned, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you know me, I'm always working, and I said, hey, let me hit up Slick since I know Slick's free. I know I'm free. And we've been talking about doing this for a fat ass minute. And let's stop all the, you know what I'm saying, the damn procrastination.
Let's stop all this damn tickle dick going on.
You know what I'm saying? We finally here.
We here, baby, man. We fucking here. So, man, how about you tell the people, man, what's your main focus? What are you doing over there at your church channel, man? What can they discover? What can they find, man?
Well, to be honest, right now your boy is on a journey, you know what I'm saying, of becoming the best Call of Booty player, you know what I'm saying, known to man type, you know what I'm saying. So
Booty
it's pretty much
hunter.
a lot of COD. Yeah, you know, wait. Not like that, but you know what I mean? Look, I'm just out here clapping cheeks, but not the kind of, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just pretty much a lot of COD. But I do try to, you know, even though it's a lot of Call of Duty, I try to, you know, put my little pizzazz on it. So you will see your boy raging, you know what I'm saying, from time to time, just because the game be pissing me off, because the game is shit. You know what I'm saying? The game is shit. But
water.
Your boy has a lot of passion. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to become the very best like no one never was.
And that's pretty good. That's a good mentality to have, man, because I feel like we were at today, bro. I feel like people try to make content and let the game try to carry out what their channel is going to be. But at the end of the day, people don't want to just see the game. They come in to see you. So that pizzazz. And let me tell you guys, this guy's good, man. You call him Rock Lee in the lab, man. Call him Rock Lee with it, man. My boy is fire at this game, man. Man got the coordination, 99 overall at that, 99 overall aim. You know what I'm saying? My boy fire, man. And on top of that, man, it's very entertaining. I laugh my ass off, man. Do be having me weak as hell on the rages. Definitely worth the checkout.
I appreciate the guys, my boy. I will say I do appreciate the guys, because you already know how I am. You know, I'm always hard on myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm a perfectionist in anything that I'm in. I always put 100 in it. You know what I'm saying? So I do appreciate the guys, because I will tell you this. A lot of times I feel like I'm a little too hard on myself. So when other people be, you know what I'm saying, giving me praise, it kind of feels twice as good, you know what I'm saying, just because I don't give myself enough credit. So I appreciate the gas, my boy.
Hey man, no problem, man. No inflation jokes, because I was about to make one. But aside from that, like how you said about being a perfectionist, bro, I definitely feel you on that, because for me, I am the type of guy that critiques my work a lot. And you know, I think I've talked to you about it before off stream about cognitive distortion. You know, when you're doing things like this, you tend to question, man, am I really good? Am I really funny? But it's like at the end of the day, you just got to go out and do it and let the work speak for you, man. But I'm telling you, man, not even on no gas shit, man. You doing your fucking thing, you grinding, bro, and the respect come first, you know? As Kodak said, bro, the respect come first. Bro, you definitely have it, man. So aside from that, sorry guys, you might hear me ramble on because I think I talk faster than I think sometimes, and that's just a con. One of my other cons that I have. So I apologize from that. But yeah, man, it's just kind of crazy. Fuck, man. Oh, did we drop? Did we drop? You there? Hello?
Anybody?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I heard the Discord noise and I don't know what happened. But yeah, man, that's good, man. And we also the biggest lesson in all this grind shit too is that you have to be your number one fan at the end of the day, man. The wise words from Mike Tyson, man. The more as many people as hate you, you gotta like yourself just as much.
Right. I mean, I feel like that is one thing I do need to work on, is that. But at least would tell you this: even though I'm hard on myself, I will always. I feel that no matter what, I know I believe in myself that I can do it, just because I seen that, just saying glimpses. I see the little glimpses at times, and I'm like, with those glimpses, is like, wow, like I really feel like I can do this if I really just put all my, you know what I'm saying, everything in that basket. So that's at least one thing I could say about myself.
It's like with this, it's like getting your first baddie, man. You never think you can do it until you do it. And then when you realize you can do it, you're like, shit, I've done that. I really did that. I could do it again. If I done it once, I could do it again. And the other thing to accept too as well is that everything may not go as you may like technical difficulties, which is a common thing that happens for me, which is why you guys don't see the camera right now. I apologize. I promise to have a camera next time, but my camera wants to be a fucking dickweed and not work with me. So we're just kind of, we here, man. We doing this no camera. We doing this no camera, man. But yeah, man, disappointment is a coping mechanism I need to learn for myself personally, because I don't do great when things don't go my way. I tend to let that get the best of me, and that is something that I'm also working on. And it's not how much you get knocked down, but how many times you get back up. And that's just like the mindset you have to do. You have to go in this thing. Just count your wins, man. Even honestly, I just say the biggest win out of it is that you're fucking doing it. There's people that ain't doing that. They ain't doing that shit, bro. Or they just do a one and done. They like, man, I did that once. It didn't work out for me, so I'm not gonna do it again because it was a piece of shit. And the thing is, you have to lose. You really have to lose in order to win. This shit just don't happen overnight. And that's something to keep in mind, bro. Right. And for you, bro, I am so sorry to cut you off, man. But all I was gonna say is, bro, backtracking into we're called the state of Call of Duty, because I have my personal feelings about it, and people have their personal feelings. But at the end of the day, bro, you're not doing it because the game is popping off. You're doing this shit because you love this shit, because this is shit that makes you happy.
Absolutely, like me playing that shit is really what's making it. And I'm having fun streaming, I'm having fun grinding, I'm having fun learning and doing all this stuff. So it's like every day is always something new. So, and my passion, you know what I'm saying, and the fact I'm having fun doing it is really what's carrying me, even though the game is shit. You know what I'm saying? The game is broken. You will hear me all the time saying, yeah, bro, this shit's ass. This shit is, X, Y, and Z. But you will still see my ass still playing for like 5 to 6, 7, 8 hours.
Oh God, bro, and that's a good thing, bro, because you got people that are so diehard on the game, they just tend to be in denial of faults in the game. But the fact that you can be aware of those faults in the game, say, hey, yeah, it's shitty in these areas, this, that, and the third, but at the end of the day, I'm having fun. Fuck what you think, bro. Fuck what you think. I'm having fun with this shit.
Absolutely, man. And nobody can tell me otherwise, you know what I'm saying? As long as I'm having fun, and I'm not even trying to do it for money, man, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of other people that are just trying to do things just for success, or you know what I'm saying, or all this other unnecessary shit. Me, it's just I want to be known, like I said, as one of the greatest, you know what I'm saying? And even if I don't be on a stage, which I told you off camera, that's like one of my things. Like, as long as I play in front of a crowd, that's literally my dream already come true. But I'm okay with being as good and just being a content creator, because I know that will also open a lot of other doors. And then next thing you know, I can just be a regular content creator, still playing in front of a crowd because they have events like that. So,
On, on God.
there's still a win-win. There's still a win-win in my eyes, either way.
Because, yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I'm going to piggyback on that too, man, because for me, bro, I do this for fun. I think it's great that, you always want to have a clear path of what career you want to take, but it's about the journey and not much of the destination. It's good to like be like, yo, I don't want to work at a corporate fucking job my whole life. I don't want to work at a meat shop. I don't want to work at fast fucking food. I'm gonna do this, but you don't want the finances to be your sole reason, because if you make that your sole reason, then you're just setting yourself up for disappointment right off the fucking bat. And at the end of the day, you're not gonna, even when you get there, you're not gonna last long, because people that tend to, who's a good example, bro? I'm gonna take Rice Gun for example, bro. Look where he's at. Nowhere.
Wow. I haven't heard this.
Yeah, he was just one of the first people. I'm like, who's a dead channel that kind of just had the wrong. Now, and I would just say this, in the beginning, it seemed like he had the right mindset and the right intentions, but it's just like over time, it became about the clout, the money, the fame, and riding the hottest trend type shit. And the thing is, that mindset is not going to keep you in the fucking game long, bro. At the end of the day, I'll tell you why. Because for me, bro, I do it because for one, I love it. I'm having fun. I love being here, just talking to you. I love doing the gaming. But also at the same time, bro, for me, I was just like, bro, I want to make an impact. I want the impact that people can be like, damn, I'm having a bad fucking day. I want to turn on a slick podcast, a slick gameplay, and hopefully make my day. I want to be the guy you can turn to and have a laugh at and hopefully make your freaking day, man. I'm just here to put fucking smiles on people's faces. This is why I do it, man. At the end of the day, and I feel like ultimately, if you're going to be an entertainer, I feel like that should be everyone's reason to some degree, is that you want to put an influence on people and you want to make their day brighter. Because especially when we're in a society, bro, where people look at the celebrities and what is the right moral thing to do. And the fucked up thing is the moral compass is so fucking off, bro. Like, especially here in the West. I can't speak too much for anywhere else, but definitely here in the West, bro, in the United States, the moral compass is just all the way freaking south. Like, everything's fucked up. Everything's about, all the focuses are on the materialism, the money, the fame, women, like just the promiscuity. Yes, the clout. It's just the wrong things. And they're trying to teach you like these are things that's going to be happy, that's going to make you happy, when it's really not, bro. Like, because people, like 1 in 7 of people actually get help for their depression, man. People just sink into their addiction and into their habits to try to fulfill a happiness. Alcoholism and all that is not the only addiction. People get bad spending habits. And I would presume when you're someone with money, that is just a open addiction that you're going to have. And you're still going to you're like, damn, I have all this shit, but I'm still freaking sad, bro.
Nah, yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you this, Slick, to be honest, bro, like that connection you have with your community and what I'm saying, the family that you build, whenever you're down, bro, and you're like, when you feel like you personally feel like you can't do anything, that community is really what's going to drive you to keep on going. Like, what I'm saying? Because there is such thing as burnout. What I'm saying? Every content creator goes through their up and downs. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
That for a fact. So whenever things get tough, man, having that, what I'm saying, not only the people that support you that IRL, but the community that you build, that's what's going to keep you pushing, because they really don't know your personal life, but they know that, hey, this is actually a good person that wants to do X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to go ahead and support him with everything that I have. And that, at the end of the day, a lot of, like you said, a lot of people don't really try to do it for that type of reason. They just want to be glorified.
Yeah.
Sadly, but that's just today's, that's just how it is nowadays.
Yeah, man, because for me, it's like I don't want to say I want to be somebody's role model, man, because I feel like the best role models are the people closest to you, because at the end of the day, I can give a great amount of myself to my community to a certain degree. But at the end of the day, they don't know me. I'm a flawed being. You're a flawed being. Everyone's flawed. But at the end of the day, I want to give all the best of my pros and hope that can at least inspire them to do something maybe greater than me or something of the same caliber in their own fucking way. Because at the end of the day, bro, what is the fucking point of getting worshipped, getting all this materialistic shit? If you're gonna fucking be dead at the end of the day, we're not in freaking Egypt where they believe, oh, when you die, you can take all your belongings to you in the afterlife. No, bro, we die, we leave it here. I really believe the point of life is leaving a legacy behind. It's to leave something behind. Because we're not going to be able to take it with us. What do you want to leave behind? I feel like to a degree, it's good to get materialistic things behind. I mean, for me, at least, for example, it would be a house and a crib, for my offspring, damn, I'm lacking the words right.
You want to set up the next generation.
Yeah, I just set up the next generation. But I feel like the best seed to plant is what you've done. Because for me, I love reading into people. I love autobiographies. I love biographies. I love just studying. And I'm pretty sure everybody here had heard the term, you study history, so history don't repeat itself. And that's just. And not to say you don't repeat what I do. At least if something bad comes out, please, learn from me and don't fucking do that shit. But I want people to look back and be like, okay, he did this, that, and the third. I want to do that too, man. Because again, there's just not a lot of great role models, man. And the thing is, I want to be the type of guy, no matter how big I get, I stay tapped the fuck in with my community. Because I'm gonna say now, and I apologize, man. I seen you guys that came in. What's good, Oof? What's up, real man? I appreciate you guys for coming through, man. I'm gonna take y'all guys for example, bro. Y'all rocking with me now, through my ups and downs. I appreciate the fuck out you guys, man. I want to eventually get to a spot to where I can bring back, man. I feel like the best gift is to be able to give back. Because again, you're not going to be able to hang on to these things. Everything here is freaking temporary. So I feel like those are the things to live for. Find work that you're going to have fun, that's going to make you happy, and something that's going to leave a positive ass impact in the fucking world. Sorry, I had more to say, but I lost it.
You're perfectly fine. I was gonna say when it comes to me, really what I cared about was really I just want to when I die, I'll be okay with me passing as long as and the one thing I just want in my life is really just being remembered. I just want to be I want to be remembered for me changing a lot of people's lives, as long as, it doesn't even matter if it's one person, 10 people, it doesn't matter on the number exactly. But if I pass away and if I mostly change somebody's life, that's all that really mattered to me, man. There's really nothing else more than that. I really don't care about money. I really don't care about fame. I really don't care about a lot of other stuff that people care for. And if anything, I'm okay with me not even, having a next generation. You know what I'm saying? As long as, because at the end of the day, when it comes to the end of my story, I just want to be remembered as, damn, that guy really, really was something. He changed a lot of people's lives. That's really my goal.
Couldn't you say in a way, even though it's not biologically, that's still leaving a generation behind because you're leaving behind someone that's inspired by your ideology, by the way you ran. And so they're going to go on their way to carry that out. There's going to probably be someone out there, they got people on YouTube that, do rundowns, rise and fall videos, biographies before they were famous. There's going to be someone out there that's going to tell your story and keep your legacy going. So it's in a way, bro, even if you don't get that in a biological sense, you're going to have a legacy left behind. If you ask me, you already have left the legacy behind, even though right now it's just in the works.
Right. I mean, and to be honest, I feel like in some ways I already kind of completed my goal because I have you guys, and there's a lot of other people that I know. and other people that told me that I no longer talk to, that they told me before that I've changed their life. So I can already tell you that, to me, inside, I feel like my dream is already kind of fulfilled. So if I were to never, wake up tomorrow, I'll be okay with that. Like, it's sad, it's dark, bro, but that's just me being real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of feel
I
like in a way, I already kind of completed my goal.
But honestly, I don't think it's that morbid in a sense because it's carry on the saying live every day like it's your last. So so at the end of the day, you're dying. You're not saying you want to be dead tomorrow for anybody that gets the message twisted, but you're just saying, dude, I know I'm doing all the right things. I know my mindset is in the right spot. I'm doing what I love, even though I didn't exactly get to the destination I want. I did. I got to walk the journey. I got to leave some degree of a legacy and something behind. And hell,
Yes.
shit, I might blow up after death, which is in the case of some people, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
No,
at the end of
right.
at the end of the day, you lived with no regret, and that's the realest
Right.
thing about it, man. And for me, man, I think that's sorry, man. I'm like I said, I talk faster than I think, but to keep it a buck, bro, that's the exact way you want to live, man. So for anyone that has a dream, man, just again make sure you're just doing it for the right reasons, man. Please do not focus so much on the money, on the clout, because at the end of the day, if you're having fun and you're doing the right things, that's gonna come. But just know, bro, even when you get to the top, the top is so limited. The top in the spotlight is so limited, and you're only gonna be there for so fucking long. Like,
Exactly.
you know what? I'm not gonna bring up any names today because that's gonna just lead into a whole nother topic. But actually, one name I'll bring up who's I think is a great example, Muhammad Ali, bro. Muhammad Ali, bro. Look at him, bro. Very fucking inspiring, bro. Very freaking inspiring. Legendary. Left a legacy. He was at the top for a minute.
Yeah.
Then he fell. Then he rose again. And then he fell again. Everything in life is temporary. So it's just like, why not just live right now like it's your last?
Absolutely.
Just that's
And
just go ahead. Sorry.
no, no, no. And all I'm saying is, that what I said doesn't mean that I'm done. Like, what I'm saying, I'm always motivated. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to stop, keep pushing towards my goals until I'm in the dirt. But I'm just saying, again, I have no regrets. You know what I'm saying? I have no regrets, and I feel, like I said, if I end up being gone, you know what I'm saying, I'll just at least tell y'all, like, what I'm saying, I'm appreciative of the life that I did live, because I know a lot of other people are not in my position I am in now.
On God, man. And I feel like that's the reason. I feel like what you just said, though, is at least when in my head, it's why we have to do what we do now. Because
Right.
if there is somebody that is in our exact predicament, maybe even if they don't have the resources, but they're in the exact predicament that we're in right now, that don't believe they can do it. But if they see that we went through the same things they did, that's enough for them to be like, okay, they were right where I was at. Now it's my turn. Like on some plus ultra shit. Now it's my turn.
Right.
Cause for me, my bad. I know I just cut you, but I was
No,
gonna,
no, I was agreeing with you. Go ahead.
but shit, man. Cause for me, man, one of my first dreams was being a football player, and you were there for that. I was into it. I was just deep into it. But at the time, man, there's a quick little story time for you guys. So when I was in football, I played football up to my junior year. And, to keep on playing football, you have to pass all your classes. For me, I was failing, I believe, science, and I was failing geometry. I suck at numbers. I suck at math. I was able to get science up, by God's help. But geometry, I gave up, man, because I was just like, I'm not gonna work so hard just to get failure. Math teacher came to me. Long story short, he said, "Hey, just do it. I'll pass you." I did the work. turned it in. And on top of that, I passed my test. I actually passed my test. I think I scored almost an 80 on that shit. So he said I passed. And so I continued. I was like, bet. So report cards come in and it said I failed. And my coach saw that. And so pretty much I went, the next day I came back. I said, hey, I thought you said I passed. He said, you did. And I was like, I showed him the problem. And he said, okay, that's an error on my bat. I'm gonna go get that fixed and checked out. Go tell your coaches. So I went to go tell my coach. My coach was like, okay, even though that's valid, you still not gonna play. You're still gonna be a fucking hitting dummy. I'm gonna still treat your ass like you failed. And it destroyed me because it was like I worked so hard to get away from the feeling that I did want to feel. And I just let that defeat me. I had my mom behind my back that said that she was willing to go in and vouch for me. But I was just so defeated by that because all I could think about is the people that were getting away with the much worser things at the time. But so
you have players getting caught smoking weed.
Yes, and coming back the next fucking week to play. So that shit baffled me and bothered me so hard. So I just quit. Years later, man, it wasn't really till after I graduated. Maybe I'll just say it was really not too long after I graduated. I came to the realization, man, the quote that popped up in my head was when I was in 7th grade. And one of my former coaches said, you know, this isn't gonna be forever, you know, so do play it now because this, you know, there will be an end to this. And I apologize for my dog, but I just thought about that. I said, damn, I really do miss this shit. And I was like, you know, I only failed at that because I gave up. Could I have done some flag football found in an adult league? Yeah, I could have done that. But honestly, for me, I decided to leave it at that because that was just a time of my life it lived its course. And I was just like, you know what? This is just going to be a lesson for me. Hey, calm down. I apologize, guys. Calm down. It's just a male guy. I just said this will just be a lesson that I will never fail because I gave up. Because that was the day I realized that is the only way you could fail. But because it's not about how many times you get knocked down, it's about how many times you get back up. If you get back up and you got that freaking willpower, there is no way you can fucking fail. It doesn't freaking matter how long this shit takes. This shit is a marathon, not a fucking sprint, man. And that's why, again, to reiterate, so important to focus on the journey and not so much of the destination. And that's in anything, man, in anything you're doing.
Nah, yeah. My willpower is the main thing that's carrying me. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you with my whole Call of Duty thing, and even though the game's ass, my will of me wanting to be where I want to be, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's really what's carrying me.
Yes, man. You're in the right mindset of these things, man. In the right freaking mindset. Okay, so to kind of dive away from a little bit of that, man. Speaking of gaming, man, have you been hearing up on all this crazy shit Nintendo's kind of been involved in? Like involving Nintendo? Like with the Smash, with the Smash Bros thing?
Smash Brothers thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really too knowledgeable about it, but this is not the first time that this whole situation happened, because pretty much Nintendo pretty much gave the Smash community some type of circuit, which was the Panda Global thing or some shit like that, and then they pulled that, and then on top of that, they're pretty much saying like y'all can't even stream or like even like try to do tournaments off like.
Yeah, they literally did a full cease and desist on that shit, bro. Like they shut that shit.
I'm not surprised because I mean the Smash community never really, the beginning of the community never had the support. All this time they never had the support. I just felt like Nintendo acted like they cared. But at the same time, if you look at the community, you can't really you can't really also blame Nintendo because this is their property. It's a family friendly game, And when you have majority of your not majority, but when you have people in the community that are the way that they are, Smash community is known to be toxic. They're
But
also kind of known to have CP. You know what I'm saying? You have a bunch of settled pedophiles that's known. Yeah, like they will get caught. Like you can't really kind of blame Nintendo for even wanting to do that because at the end of the day, they're protecting their IP. But I can also see the other coin because Nintendo is way too protective and almost kind of gatekeeping their IPs. That's why I feel like there would never be a day where Nintendo would just not have their first party games being on other platforms. Like you will still always have to buy a Nintendo system just to play your Mario Karts and your Zeldas and shit like that because they know that no matter what, they're still gonna bring some type of money.
yeah, and I guess that's what they're looking at. I don't know for me because I'm not the biggest connoisseur when it comes to Nintendo. But I was just like, dang, Nintendo, despite all those cons that you just mentioned, Nintendo probably has one of, if not the most diehard community. Like, even despite it. And for me, I guess it's just it kind of breaks my heart in a way because I'm just like, damn, bro. How can you hate your own fans? It's kind of like that Cudi shit that's going on too, man. Where Kid Cudi is just being an asshole to his fans, bro, just because they like they like. I don't know if you ever saw that tweet that he did. Like that tweet he replied to. It's like he dropped it. I think he dropped a single, and like it was released on SoundCloud prior, and he dropped it on like Spotify and Apple Music and shit like that. But it was a different version, and the fan pretty much preferred the SoundCloud version. So what he ended up doing was removing the freaking song just because he said he liked that one better and said that fan was disrespecting him. And I was just like, bro, what? Like,
hey, man, you got to think of it like this, man. Nintendo is just, you see who they're run by. You know what I'm saying? They have their certain ways. We all know that, that they double down on their ways and it's either their way or the highway. This is why you have a lot of Japanese, a lot of Japanese devs are always one step behind because they're so stuck in their old ways. This is why, for example, you finally now have certain fighting games that's from those development companies. They're finally starting doing rollback netcodes because of COVID. You know what I'm saying? Because their games were dead pretty much.
yeah. No, you're good. Shoot, man.
But go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna piggyback a little bit because I was just gonna say, I guess you just need certain things to happen in order for change to happen. But I guess I can see that perspective. You're like, yo, at the end of the day, we're trying to protect our brand name, man. Because they could just be like freaking Roblox and not give a fuck about what the hell goes on in their community. So I guess I guess it's better to care too much than to care too little.
Yeah, and then you kind of got to see it like this. I kind of see like Nintendo a little bit same as like Disney in a way, like the way that it's ran. So like, imagine if it was Disney, right? And then let's say you got a lot of explicit drawings of certain characters on the internet. Like Disney's gonna want to crack down on that shit because why? That's their IP. You know what I'm saying? So if you see like, that's the type of shit that can end up getting them caught up because if you see little Timmy on the internet, you know what I'm saying, just looking at pictures of certain characters and they're like, oh dang, what, and then their parents see it, oh dang, that's a little too explicit.
Yeah.
That's how you get them unfortunately nowadays, that's how they end up getting caught up. So you're kind of right. I guess it's better to care a little too much than too less, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a regular ass dude.
Yeah, hey, we just a nigga on the streets that just love the game, that just has a good amount of knowledge. I like to think, man. Yeah, man. Speaking of gaming too, man, gaming is it's been in a very funny place for me. I'll just say really in like the past year, bro, because it's just like it's like at least, especially for console games, it's like my attention span is so little than what it used to be when I was like in high school, and I'll even say maybe even just like maybe 3 years ago, like there would be once upon a time, bro. I could be on a game day and fucking night, bro. Like just camping in my freaking room, just play that shit.
There.
Yeah, bro. Like just run that shit, and that's still probably one of the best times of my fucking life. It probably will be one of the best times in my freaking life because one, we didn't have to pay rent, we weren't adults yet and shit. But two, man, it's just I feel like there was just a lot of memories made. I mean, and I'm pretty sure we can all say that in our own ways. But it kind of breaks I guess it just kind of breaks my heart in a way because, like especially multiplayer games, bro. They just not that fun for me no more. And I guess that can be just a whole nother discussion because multiplayer games just are not what they used to be, especially ever since Fortnite introduced that season pass stuff. For some game, and it's like for some games I don't mind, but like it kind of just ruined it at the same time for other games. Like for me, for Call of Duty, for example, one of the things that kept me grinding was the boxes, bro. And the rarities actually meant something. Like now rarities are kind of just like, man, look how much money I spent on the game. And look, just things like that. And it's just not really a rarity anymore. It's just more like I guess you can say, I want to say a flex, but it's also like a flex if you get lucky as fuck to pull that shit. You know what I mean? So
I'll tell you this. I feel like what you're saying is low key even before Fortnite. I feel like when the problem started going, or actually when the problem started, was when developing companies started caring more about their microtransactions. So I would say like around like 2011, it's like from like 2010 to like 2012. I want to say that's where it really started. When devs started caring a lot more about the microtransactions than finishing their product. This product that I spent $60, by the way, that was what was the issue, because now you have devs that are like, okay, at first we needed to make sure we're getting our product finished by the deadline. Now it's okay, y'all just do whatever the hell y'all can, make sure it's at least playable, and we would just also worry about care about the microtransactions.
Yeah, like we'll just fix it. Go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
Okay, I was gonna say, like for example, you brought up COD. You see that shit, bro, from the OG CODs, it was nothing but, hey, this is the $60 game, came right out of the box. If you know what I'm saying, it had so much content in that $60 little package. If it was, if it was campaign, zombies, multiplayer, there was always something to do. You know what I'm saying? But when the microtransactions came out, and when the multiplayer games are like, okay, we're just going to, it became pay to play. That's the issue with a lot of these games. They're becoming pay to play. And then when Fortnite came out, now it's on top of you being pay to play, now it's also you're paying more just to look cool. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
That's where I feel like
the very first taste of that, and I think I don't know for you, but if so, you're gonna probably agree with me. Destiny.
See, but Destiny, I felt like that was just the genre it was falling in though. Because with me, I always felt like Destiny was pretty much of that border of an MMO. So if you play the MMO, that's pretty much how an MMO is. You see what I'm saying? But I did not like, I remember I told you that was the reason why I did not like the first Destiny, was because they thought they were slick. You pretty much got a $60 game, pretty much didn't have nothing, and then you had to pay almost another $60 just for an expansion where you're like, this is pretty much just one update. That was the issue for me.
Yeah.
When it came to that game personally.
But in its defense, low-key, it was worth it. Destiny 2 is a different story.
Destiny 2 was worth it, but when it came to Destiny 1, I feel like the type of content y'all was even getting was not $60 another $60 worth. Because if it's another $60, then that means I should be expecting like almost a bunch of content that's like worth almost another 100 gigs. Me personally.
But the only con I have but the thing with Destiny 2, and somebody would call me if they did this in Destiny 1 because I don't recall it. But the bullshit that I hate is if you do not get the DLC, then you're pretty much locked. You're locked.
That was also Destiny 1.
Because it's like you're locked from doing a majority of the fucking game. And it's like you're playing a fucking demo all over again, or just like a standard edition of the game. And I'm like, why the fuck am I forced to put $60 in to regain access to the full content of the game? Like, that's bullshit. It's not like they just added a mode or something like that and they said, oh no, this is a mode that you get from the DLC. No, like you're actually locked out from like some of the multiplayer genre things that were already in the game. And it was just such a freaking headache for me. I'm not gonna lie. And that's still a headache that, like, for me, like, even right now to this day, because I honestly just love the game. I guess because one, I've always been just big into sci-fi, and then two, you know me, I'm big on MMO shit. You know, I'm big on that MMO shit. So I guess it was just pretty cool. It was just all right for me, and I found my worth in it. But it was still so aggravating to go through. But I guess you know what? I'm gonna pull an example. Here's an example that is today that is pretty perfect. Dragon Ball Legends, bro.
That's a gotcha, bro. So gotchas are just like that, bro. I know. Because I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you 100%. Because look at a gotcha like because I considered Master Duel a gotcha.
Yeah.
Me personally, I do consider, like, look at Master Duel compared to Legends. Master Duel is so free to play friendly. As long as you play in the game, you're going to get something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can look, if you put in time, you can still, if you put in effort, you can still get to where you want to get to.
Yeah, you can build as many decks as you want on the freest path you want. But the thing with Legends, I guess, is just, for me, it was just like, okay, I have to, because for me, my Legends account is pretty maxed out, so there's just not much for me to go back on, except for PvP. And for me, I got really burnt out on PvP. I said PvP, but I got really burnt out on PvP. And like, even when I was grinding it, I don't know. The rewards didn't really feel that worth it for me, to be honest. I didn't feel like I was getting worth my while the time I was putting into it. And then it was just like, it became one of those things, like, it was fairly noticeable what if someone was very paid to play. And if somebody was deeply paid to play, it didn't really, because the cards are getting so freaking strong on that game that it doesn't require the most skill to play. But when you're coming across somebody that is sweat dogging the game, that is putting that skill in time and that fucking money, that just has all three of the forbidden fruits in there, you're not gonna have fun. You're not. Because, like, for me, I would love to be able to get to the top. Like, at least, for example, for Dragon Ball FighterZ, like, if I really wanted it that bad and I'll put the time into it, I can get up there, you know? And I know this is comparing two different genres of games, like comparing to Gacha, but still, like, for me, I'm just like, at least, even right now, Marvel Snap right now, the game I'm playing right now,
that game is hard.
Shit is hard, bro.
And that's a gotcha, and that's kind of a gotcha too. Actually, yeah, it's still, in a way, it is still a gotcha, but it's like, instead of you paying money to like get certain cards, you gotta play to get certain cards, and it's random. And if you want to pay money, that's like pretty much
that's up to you.
Yeah, but that's like for the season pass, right?
Yeah, but that's it. That's it. Literally,
yeah, that's it.
So, but most of the rewards are really gained just upgrading the cards, pretty much. You know, and you still get the free season pass rewards, which is pretty fair. Which is pretty fair. You know, they're still pretty good. So it's like, if you want to put money into the season pass to get full access to it, that's completely up to you. But at the end of the day, as long as you're playing the game, you're gonna reap just about the maximum benefits of the game. You know, I feel like the biggest downfall for Legends 2 for me was like they added just a whole nother rarity, bro. And that became way too much for me. Like way.
And unfortunately, bro, this was just something I felt like what was gonna eventually happen though. Like
A lot of
every
people.
gotcha, it gets to a point, yeah, it gets to a certain point, and then it's just the game gets busted. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love gotchas. Trust me, I love gotchas. But gotchas sometimes just feel like a waste of time because I will it's a cycle, it's a lifestyle. It kind of felt like a drug when I was first into them because it's like, oh, I want this character.
It's
Oh,
like
I
chasing a
want this
high.
character.
Yeah, it's like chasing that high.
It really is chasing a high, and it's not a guarantee. And that's what really killed me. It's like I have that high, right, and I'm grinding. And then there's a chance that I don't even get the character that I want. And I feel like what really opened my eyes was when I was playing Dokkan and I grinded like 6 hours straight just for one pull, and I didn't even get the character that I wanted. And actually got the least, you know what I'm saying, the character that I at least wanted.
Yeah, bro. And now imagine people that put thousands of dollars into the game and didn't get anything at all. Like
and unfortunately, I don't got money like that. So
no, fortunately, you didn't put money like that in. Like, you know, especially when, you know, the sad truth is like it's gonna end. The server's gonna shut one day. And
exactly.
And for some gotchas, you don't even get to go back on your collection to get a nostalgia feel. Like it's just done.
Facts.
And that's the biggest L of it. I really like, for me, I really hope Dokkan, because I'll say this, I played Dokkan a long time, day one, pretty much since day one. So I've chipped in about a good amount of money. I was never a whale, but I've played long enough. You know, I've obviously gonna chip in money here and there. But
a little bit of gas.
but 80%, 80 to 90% of my cards are free to play. They're free to play pooled. So for me, I like when the game ends, I would love to just look back on it because I just put in so much fucking time into the game. Like I just put in so much time and I'm able to like, damn, I remember I pulled this shit just on a single. Like even for example, like the Super Dragon Ball Hero shit, like, you know, I was able to pull hella singles off that. Also just because, you know, banners like that are very generous. You know, like the SSR you're gonna get something in that round.
Collaboration banners, right?
Yeah, the collab banners, you're gonna whatever SSR you're getting out of that, you're gonna guarantee to get out of that. You're not gonna get no year one Super Saiyan Bardock, Goku, or like some type of Frieza. You know, you're gonna get something in that freaking realm with that card. And more than likely, even if it's an old card, they easy ate it, so it's up to date. So, man, but I'm trying to think maybe more of a console game that would be much more of a great example that just got ruined because of the currency thing. Because again, like I feel like DLCs were well balanced back then. It's like the perfect example, Black Ops 2, you know, just, you know, you got the base, like you said, you got pretty much so much shit just from $60, and if you want it more, here, get the season pass or just buy the DLC of your choice that you want, you know.
And the crazy shit was the season pass back then was just like maybe like 2 guns and 2 maps, and the shit would be like $10 to $15. Nowadays, if you got that type of shit, the shit would be like $30 to $40.
And that's freaking baffling, bro. And I'm just like, no. I'm like, bro, it's why, especially when this content is going to run out. And you know, I think this is the more shittier thing for me about buying these season passes is when I get burnt out. And it's like, it comes to a point I feel like I am forced to play the game now, so I get my money's worth.
Yeah,
because if
you don't want to spend $10 or $15 to unlock it, and then you don't even fucking finish it.
Exactly. And it gave me such a headache. So I'm just like, okay, fuck this. I'm just stepping off. At least on a bright side, and it's what's making me retreat more into the single player realm. You know, playing Spider-Man, man. To be to continue, I'm gonna play God of War. Plan on getting that out for you guys.
Also, I have a recommendation for a single player game that did come out.
Shit, go for it.
Look into the what is it called? It's pretty much from the people that made Dead Space. It's I think it's called like Protocol something. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta look it up. It's Callisto Protocol, and it's like one of them spacey horror games type shit. But it's really like Dead Space. Like it's a lot like Dead Space. So I would recommend you trying that whole out. No cap.
Shit, man. When you're able to remember, man, send that shit to me. I actually met a friend not too long ago, and he was telling me about this PC game. You might have heard of it. I don't remember the name of it, but the premise of it was a war game, and pretty much like he was telling me pretty much it's like if you get hit, you can get knocked down, and your teammates have to like really recover you, like. And he was saying the coolest thing about it, pretty much, like you literally can build your own gun. And it's about where you hit somebody. Like if you get shot in the fucking leg, you're going to really suffer a freaking leg injury or arm injury type shit. And I was like, damn. Yeah, I was like, damn, that shit sounds. But he was saying it was like that, but with like a Dark Souls type shit. So like if you die, like you're getting shit throughout the game. And I suck at explaining this. It's way cooler than when he explained it. But it's like you're getting shit throughout the game. But if you die, guess what? You're starting over.
Right.
And I was like, bro.
That's kind of hard. Hard. That remind me like with Rainbow Six back in the day. Like that reminds me of something like that.
If I remember it, I'm gonna probably ask him about it because I got his number. When I get the name of it, I'll send that shit to you so you can look at it because that shit was hard. And I was like, you know what? When I get a better PC, I definitely could see myself streaming that shit. You know, the raises, the intensement, because you can literally hear everything. It's one of those games you can literally hear everything. It was really freaking. It was a really good game the way he explained it, man.
Sent you the gameplay trailer.
Okay, let me check that shit out. Oh, actually, you know what? We'll watch it right here. We'll watch it right here.
My live,
baby. Okay, I need this to pause. It doesn't want to. It's disobeying me.
Speaking of trailers, will be off topic a little bit.
Hold on, guys. I gotta make sure.
I am looking forward to Guardians 3 and Transformers. Not gonna lie, bro.
Guardians 3 is gonna be stupid hard, bro. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that shit.
Raccoon was Rocket was my favorite, like out of the group. So
hey,
this is supposed to be his arc. So I already know that I'll low-key will probably be emotional watching this movie.
Man, Rocket
Transformers just looked. I was not expecting for it to look like that, bro. Like it looks exactly like OG. So I'm really looking forward to that. Your expectations high. They set the bar for you. The trailer alone got me bricked up.
No, that shit was looking hard, especially the start off for that shit. How he just came out that shit just walking out.
Came out the pool.
I was like,
bro, that was crazy. Oh, brother. And then not only that, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of tired of Megatron just always being, you know what I'm saying? So the fact they got Unicorn being a villain for this one is
It-
it's kind of
yeah, I was ready to see a new face because I was like, bro. And the sad part about them keeping Megatron in it was like he was so washed up. Like he just got more washed up as it went on.
Michael. I swear to God, bro, Michael Bay fucking almost ruined that frame. Like if it wasn't for that trailer, like that trailer kind of just got me back to, you know what I'm saying? But before then, bro, that franchise was kind of dead in my eyes because of Michael Bay. But yeah, this is the trailer right here, my boy.
Yeah, I'm watching that shit right now.
But nah, yeah, to agree with what you were saying, the single player games has been, you know what I'm saying?
No, that shit
I
hard.
feel like they've been low key a little bit more consistent than the multiplayer games right now. Me personally, that's how I've been seeing. Because see, you know what I'm saying? At least every year, bro, there's like at least maybe 4 or 5 single player games that come out that you're like, oh yeah, bro, this is really good, and it's worth $60. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because for me, I'm just like as time went on, like for multiplayer games, I noticed I would get in this pattern. Like I would get so hyped and excited for a game. So I'll buy the game, you know, and it would just last so shortly. And I'd probably never touch it again. And then I'm just like, wow, you know, I just spent like $40 to $60 on this shit, and I'm not even gonna touch it again, you know. And two, it's like, you know,
I would say that my issue with it is like I have such a hard time of me finishing the games now, bro.
yeah,
Like I have a hard time of me finishing games.
nothing sticking
Like
to the wall.
I don't know what it is. Like I will enjoy the game and everything, brother, and it's like I don't get it. Like I will play the game like the first day I will play it hard as hell. Like I'll play it hard as hell. And most likely I will probably never pick it up again. For some, you know what I'm saying? Like for some reason. Like even if the game is good, like I don't know. Like I guess it's just because I'm so focused on COD. But then even then, like whenever I'm not on COD and I'm like playing something else,
Yeah,
it's still not.
Yeah, maybe you want to just take a break from COD and you want to just sink your teeth into something new. You just like
Right.
it's not there. It's just not there.
Yeah, it's not.
So let me ask you this: what do you think multiplayer games are lacking to keep you synced
I
in?
feel like all right, should I just say this from a cause perspective or just multiplayer games in general?
Whichever perspective, you can go into both if you want. Whatever perspective
Okay,
you want to.
so I guess it has to deal with both, you know, because I guess we'll have to tie in with both COD and just regular games. Have the shit come out like I don't want to be a broken record, but like just have the bitch come out ready, bro. Like I don't understand what's up with these games now coming out and it's just buggy as hell. You got at least 11 shit wrong with it, and then you expect your player, you know what I'm saying, the player or the people that bought your game, you expect them to not only play the game, but you want them to still buy these skin packages. You want them to still buy all this other shit that's like another $20, but the game's not even fucking working properly. That's my main issue. You will have people release these games as unfinished, and then they're like, "Oh, nah, yeah, you're gonna say it's a chef, right? I'm just gonna try to have this analogy, paint a picture. Say
Okay.
you want to go to somewhere something to eat, right?
Okay.
And you like, man, I want some burgers, man. Let me go get a nice burger joint. But the motherfucker that made you the burger, right? He trying to make that shit look all pretty, but then when you bite into that bitch,
That shit
it's
pink as
nasty as
hell.
fuck.
And that shit
Exactly.
pink. Yeah. And
But
he's
then
like,
they expect you to finish it.
and he's like, I'll do better next time. Like,
Right.
bro, you know it's crazy. That's a great
But yeah,
analogy.
hold on.
Go ahead,
It's not
go
even
ahead.
done. It's not even done.
Oh Lord.
Right?
Oh
I
Lord.
will feel kind of forced to finish it, right? Because I'm hungry. So I'm gonna feel forced to finish it. And then on top of that, the motherfucker wanna be like, shit, so do you want some dessert or you know what I'm saying? You want something else to, you know what I'm saying, some more food to go with that? Like, motherfucker, How can I trust you to make me something else when you already fumbled on the main? You know what I'm saying?
You ruined this burger
You
for
should've
me,
kept-
and I refuse to let you to ruin this dessert experience. Fuck you.
Exactly.
And see, the other problem with that is because people are they're giving the okay for that. Like, yeah, there's people speaking out about it, but then it's just like we're at a point because it's this trend has been going on for about a while now. So now people's expectations are just at that. They're like, oh, it's gonna get better later. Instead of why isn't this shit ready? This shit should have already been ready. Why are you getting tripped? Why are you looking at me because I'm the crazy one? You know, like Penguins was going over saying pretty much the same thing I'm saying. Like, why are you looking at me crazy as hell? Because I'm dissatisfied because this shit isn't ready. No, no, this shit should have already been ready. There ain't no, okay, the game's out and it'll get better over time. No, because that's how you really lose. That first impressions really fucking matter. And I think that's just a loss. That's something that's just lost in translation. Like, first impressions are everything. Everything. Like, I promise you, for example, if Cyberpunk came out ready, I would have probably went so freaking balls deep. And I'm probably gonna go. No, I'm probably gonna go and play it. You know, just for gameplay and why not? Because it's fixed now. But I would have. I'm just saying, I would have gotten it sooner and been synced in sooner. You know.
Right, and now you having to wait for the game to already be out for an extended time and updates for the game to actually meet to your expectations. You know what I'm saying? Because you expected this game to be out, ready. You know what I'm saying? At a certain time, and it's like I get it. Not all games are going to be good by the time it comes out. I get it. That's why we got the delays and all. But when a game is delayed, I'm the type of person when a game is delayed, I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. I'd rather you take the extra time out to work on whatever you need to work on because I'm gonna expect a finished product, not a half-assed product. That's why I don't like playing like games like that come from EA. You know what I'm saying?
If
That's why I then didn't end up wanting to get Gotham Knights. You know what I'm saying?
I
Just
was
because I'm like,
so hyped for that game, bro.
bro, you know what I'm saying? But that's the type of, but then the fucked up part is they expect us gamers just to still buy this shit. Like, it's kind of sad that this Call of Duty got the issues that it has, right? It's to a point that right now, Caleb, the fucking league started yesterday and
Mm-hmm.
it's already having issues just because the game is fucking broken. It was to a
Oh
point that yesterday
no.
when my team played, right, the team that they were playing against, they won the map, but the last fucking second, the team that they were playing against ended up getting a bug, right? And then the league rules want to say that they gotta replay the shit. But then after all these other years they have issues, they haven't replayed the shit. But that was supposed to be their fucking rule that they had for the longest time. And my team was like, you know what? When they end up saying, nah, you got to replay that whole, my team end up saying fuck it and end up just forfeiting the whole damn match.
That's sad, bro. When it's affecting the the professional side of the game, that's when that should be the wake up call right there. The real wake up
And you know
call.
what's the fucked up part? And you know what's the fucked up part?
Mm.
Those are probably the people that voice their opinion the most, and then still to this fucking day, bro. This game came out broken as it is, but for some fucking reason, this game is the most selling COD that has ever fucking happened. That is fucking crazy to me. The fact that you're still giving me this half-ass shit, and you're gonna keep giving me this half-ass shit. You think it's gonna be okay to give me this half-ass shit just because this shit is still gonna be selling? Because all the normal ass, casual ass people that doesn't follow the scene, that really just play just to, you know what I'm saying, get the couple of kills in, and you know what I'm saying, the motherfuckers with the shotgun and riot shields, they're not gonna give a fuck. Because they're still gonna buy it regardless.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the sad thing. Cause it's just like as long as there's people, the only way our voices are really gonna be heard is when action is taken. Because if they see that people are still gonna bite on this shit, they're gonna be like, okay, we got a bunch of complaints, but people are still fucking getting it. So why should we stop?
And unfortunately, bro, like with the competitive scene alone, bro, they're gonna be making just enough money, bro, because these are people's livelihoods. You know what I'm saying? Like these are people that's literally like trying to get, you know what I'm saying? Like they literally pay rent by playing COD. There are people that are like that.
No,
So it's like
it's a living,
they're
bro.
kind of forced. Yeah, they're kind of forced to play this shit.
Man, that's so sad, bro. Dude, I remember looking back and I was watching Penguin Zero again, and he was like showing the beta for like the new Halo, and that shit was looking so bad, bro. Like that shit was so bad, bro. Like that shit looked like phase. Like they just started on it. Like they just started on that shit.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the screenshots. That was the alpha build. I already know what you're talking about. That's the alpha build. But that was just when it came to Halo, that shit just had no support, bro. The devs sat here and took forever, bro. They still don't have a forge mode. Bro, these devs just don't give a fuck no more, bro. All they care about is like, hey, we know we're gonna get the money, so you know what I'm saying? Just put out whatever you can. That's what really what blows me.
Yeah, man. And it goes back to what you said, man. This shit just came so much more about the money, and instead of just making a great game, bro. And it's so sad. It's so sad, bro. And I think the problem isn't just I think the reason why we got so much more people endorsing it, bro, is just because the gaming community is so much fucking bigger than it was just 10 years ago, you know? Like like we got so many more people gaming than before. Like the gaming community has
ever before.
Yes. Like, and the thing is, the game, and I'm not saying to anybody listening that the gaming community was a small, obviously not. I obviously fucking know this was but just in a span of 10 fucking years, this shit has evolved. Gaming was
the mainstream. That's what you mean. That's what you're kind of trying to say. Like
yes.
Gaming wasn't mainstream, and now it's mainstream.
Yes.
It's to a point you got fucking Street Fighter World Championship, League of Legends tournaments, Valorant tournament is fucking pulling in more numbers than a fucking NBA finals. And that's fucking like unheard of to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy to me type shit.
The baffling thing is that gaming is actually a sport now. That is the baffling thing. Like that blows my mind, like still till now. Like it's like they're considering gaming actually a sport, because that was one of the biggest debates for a while.
I was kind of always one of those people that kind of felt like gaming could be taken to that level, because when it came to gaming, bro, it's like you will always have that top percent that's just better than everyone else. And then now you just have games where, like, for example, like with COD, I see it as a sport, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if you're in there playing and like if I really break it down to you, you're like, holy shit, like these motherfuckers really have play, you know what I'm saying, plays. You have to work as a team. Like you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of similar things that they both have from regular sports and esports. Like there's similar things, even though you're not doing a lot of shit physically, but you are physically being up, playing a certain amount of hours
mentally,
a day, physically.
It's a mental.
Mentally, exactly.
Yeah.
And shit, nowadays you still gotta make sure your body's right, because your body can crash on you. You can end up playing worse by having your body be like shit.
Yeah,
That's why you have a lot of professional. Yeah, that's why you have a lot of professional players worrying about their health, taking care of their health, at least working out. You
yeah, because you're
at least eating good.
Yeah, because you're sitting your ass in a chair for maybe 12 plus hours, doing either that's going live, creating a video, and then you're off. Then when you're not doing that, you're off, in the lab trying to get better. So you spend approximately a lot of time. You have to get up and get active, because you can sit there and sit in that chair and like practice and play for hours. But if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to perform. You're just not.
Right.
Okay, I'm kind of just looking at chat right now. Okay.
Look at Discord when you
Okay. Matt wants to go over Kanye. If I can,
I think that's the perfect time for me to dip on out of here.
Dog, Okay, yeah.
Because that man is just.
I kind of
We finna have a whole nother hour conversation with this.
I would trust me. I kind of didn't just because I didn't want to talk about it, but we can talk. We don't have to spend too much time talking about this because there's so much to go. There is so much to go over with Kanye.
This is a whole can of worms.
Yes, but if you want, let's just go over his latest things and just try to do it more in a nutshell. Hey, editor Slick here. I just kind of wanted to edit this in and give my last little 2 cents that I have of this topic with Kanye. Reason why I also really didn't want to speak on this, I just think no matter if you're rich or poor, it's very clear that he's mentally deteriorating. And I just don't find anything funny or entertaining about this that I want to speak on. I honestly just find it really, really sad. If I could keep it a buck with you guys, it's just really something very sad to see. And it's so crazy how things like mental health can really affect you, no matter how rich or poor you really are. It's very clear that this dude needs help. So, hey, just keep him in your prayers, man. But that's all I got to say about that. So, back to it. So the thing about the Jewish shit, the Hitler and him with the podcast thing, I don't know. I was watching playback, right? Because I watched a few sources going over this. I watched Young Don and then I watched playback, and pretty much it's just like Kanye it's like you want to understand this man and you want to believe that he has some type of meaning upon, but I mean, I kind of just seen it ever since he got with Kim K. This is just he's just sick guy. I think he wants to do the right things, but I think he's just so freaking mentally
not going about it the right way.
No, and he's mentally ill. Like he's just mentally ill. He's not mentally there. He's it's not taking away anything that he is. Like he's a smart guy. I feel like you can learn some things from him, but people just got to understand this guy is just not mentally well. So you just cannot take everything that he's doing so seriously, bro. You can't. Like,
bro.
Like honestly, I told this is something I said. You know, he may be a genius at music, but he's definitely not a genius at life. Like he's just is not. Because for me, I'll tell
you this.
Okay.
Me personally, I would say, because you said that he hasn't really been the same since Kim K. I'll say he has been the same since he lost his mother. I feel like his mother was the one crutch that kept this nigga in line. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
He's a dog off the leash. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead now.
No, I wasn't saying he wasn't the same. I was just saying I've just noticed like he's just been, when I noticed he's been off, like, you know, because I didn't even pay attention that deep into Kanye. Like Kanye really has been, as much as the headlines he's been in, it's been more in the recent times. You know, Kim K really just boosted that, you know, and just ever since then, it's just like he's just really stayed on top of the trending page. But you know, but to add on to what you're saying, losing your mom could definitely do things to you. But it has to be one of those things. Are you going to let it be a stepping stone or a stumbling block? And I just feel like you saying that, it definitely just became more of a stumbling block for him. And it's just like everything else just crashed. And I feel like also why his behavior is just going unchecked. Kanye is one of the most egotistical people on the planet. He really doesn't believe. He may not believe that he needs help. You know, he may be.
He said it himself that he doesn't need therapy.
Yeah, so he's so caught up in his ego because he's so caught up in and guys, this is going back into the very beginning phases of our conversation. Why we're saying why money, power, fame, bitches, like that can't be your main fucking focus, because like look what happened. And look, correct me, because you probably would know way more about Kanye than I do. But at least to my perspective of what I understand of Kanye from his beginning, not aside from kind of getting out the mud, like look where that narrative got him. Like his mind is so corrupted. And now that he made it, and now that he succeeded, he's so egotistical that he damn near thinks he is God, pretty much. I really, if you ask me, I really don't even think Kanye is a Christian. I really don't. I really don't believe he's a Christian. Because the things he's saying and doing, it's not biblical. It doesn't align with what you would think God would want, or what the teachings of the Bible would advocate for, Yeah. I really feel like that would be like him saying that was such a public image thing. And I won't say that. I'm gonna backtrack because he stated he's been Christian coming up, but I really think he's let me just backtrack on everything I say. I feel like he's a very lost Christian. I'll say that. To put that in a lighter sense, I think he's a very lost Christian who pretty much put himself up there with Jesus, which is why he calls himself Jesus. And when you think you're so perfect and you're up there, again, you're going to deny that you need help or anything. One in 7 of people actually get help, for their mental illness. So you just got to take that into consideration of the normal population of people that aren't out there getting the help that they need. Now, imagine that for people on a celebrity level who are definitely not going to think they need help. Like, bro, honestly, probably one of the biggest come ups in a celebrity spotlight that was able to actually acknowledge, who's pretty much, if you ask me, was pretty aware that he needed help the entire time. Steve-O. Like, so proud of fucking Steve-O from Jackass, man. For anybody that hasn't watched Jackass, bro, Steve-O came back, bro, and his was more of a sad tale because it was like he was surrounded with around the wrong crowd that was really advocating for him to act the way he was. He had his best friend that was trying to keep him out of that, but it's just like he lost his best friend, and it just he had nobody else to advocate for him to do better for himself. So it took a while for him to really get there to be like, okay, I want to get better, and I need to get better,
Right.
But back to Kanye, bro, he's lost. For me, to be honest, I really don't think anything he does in the news, it's not shocking anymore. It's more just kind of, for me, at least how it comes off for me, it's kind of just more annoying because it's just like,
okay, what did he do now?
Yeah, what's next? Okay, what's next?
Yeah, and it's like he constantly keeps, and it's like whenever you think it doesn't get worse,
it gets worse.
Some fucking way to make it worse.
And he's saying,
I don't have nothing else to really speak on the Kanye situation, to be honest.
I really don't either. I think I can just leave it at that, to be honest. But you know what? With that being said, I think we can pretty much wrap it up pretty early. An hour 23 deep. Going deep in it, man. So for everybody, bro, that was the first segment of Slick Talk, segment podcast. Still figuring it out, but I'd like to do one of these about once a week, man. If there's any topics that you guys want me to cover, send that shit to me, and I'll be down to cover it. I'll be down to talk about it, give you my thoughts. I'll still be coming on here with my own topics, Again, guys, Eliology, if you guys haven't gone over there on the Twitch to follow this man, what are y'all doing? Go give that man a follow. This nigga is grinding his ass off. Very entertaining, man. And just lost for words. This guy, he's doing his thing, man. You're definitely good. Get that. You could definitely get your fucking food ready. You coming in from the gym, you know what? You coming in from the gym, coming in from Gainesville, grab you some food. You can put you on some Eliology. Watch nigga go crazy and laugh your ass off at the same time.
Hey, I will say I do be streaming on some random ass times. So if you do follow, make sure you do hit the bell as well. Cause I will go from fucking start streaming at like early in the fucking morning to like sometimes I'll stream late at night. So you know what I'm saying?
Follow
Just be out.
follow him on Twitter as well. He posts on Twitter when he's live. All that, man. So everything, man. Tell you want to you want to give your socials, or you got anything else you want to say, man, before we head on out?
I do appreciate you know what I'm saying, what we're doing here, Slick. You know what I'm saying? I would like to do this, you know what I'm saying, as often as I can. You know what I'm saying? Just because you and I, we really don't talk like this that often anymore. So I would love to constantly be in here, you know what I'm saying? So hey, just to new beginnings, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is a new chapter, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just ready to get busy, you know what I'm saying?
No, on the real, man. I really enjoyed having you on here, man, and we're definitely gonna keep this going as long as we can, bro.
Right.
A quick shout to my mods. Appreciate you, Matt. Appreciate you, Real, for always coming through as always. For anybody else that's watching, I plan on being back live on tonight to our regularly scheduled program. I'll probably play some multiverses. I probably will tap into God of War since I just mentioned it earlier, and just get that in, and we'll play a little bit of that. So yeah, just stay tuned for tonight. But with that note being said, I think we're gonna head on out of here, man. Again, Ellie, thank you so much for coming on, having this good talk with me, man, and covering these topics, man, and helping impact the world. This is what it's about.
Whatever you need, whatever you need out of me, brother, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm always here for whatever you need. I got you.
And vice versa to you, man. Always. All right, guys, we're heading out. I love you guys. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. Again, thank you so much to you guys. Shout out to y'all. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. I holla.
Peace.